Now, live from your local news source, this is ABC 27 News at 12:30.
Welcome back in on this Tuesday. Pennsylvania's race for U.S. Senate was the most expensive in PA history, and that was just the primary. Is there too much money in politics? What impact does that have? And is there any way to limit it? Those questions are being posed at the state capitol, and that is where our Dennis Owens is right now. Good afternoon to you, Dennis.
Good afternoon to you, James. There's an old saying that money is the mother's milk of politics, and the milk has been flowing plentifully here in Pennsylvania. It is, of course, a dairy state. We've got lots of milk. I've got Jeff Clements with me. You're with America Promise. Now, what is dark money? Why is it a problem, and what can we do about it?
Well, it's sour milk, maybe. Dark money is the kind of money that's funding all those attack ads, that divisive stuff. You don't know where the money's coming from. It's coming through super PACs. It's coming from outside interests. It's coming from global corporations. It's even coming from foreign governments now in our system because the guardrails have been demolished. And so we have dark money influencing the outcome of our elections rather than the voters.
What can we do about it?
Well, there's one big thing we need to do.
And let me just point out, the Supreme Court has ruled that these fundings it's free speech. They've ruled, the U.S. Supreme Court has ruled that way, so that's what's allowed this free-for-all kind of to happen.
Yeah, the Supreme Court made a disastrous mistake. I think they were trying to say, let's have more free speech. It didn't turn out that way. It just turned out to be more money and more misinformation and everything else. So what can be done about it? We need Pennsylvania to have the power to pass laws to address it like Pennsylvania used to do. Until these new interpretations. And the way to do that, we need a constitutional amendment, an amendment to the U.S. Constitution that says we, the people, have the right and the ability to get a handle on this out-of-control money in our politics.
Okay, thank you very much for being with us. James, it takes a constitutional amendment. That is not an easy process. It would be a long process, but most people would agree needs to happen, especially when you see the amount of money being spent by people we don't even know who they are. That's a story from the state capitol. Let's send it back to you.
Dennis, when you're saying most people would agree to what you just said, what about lawmakers? Would they agree with what you said?
I just talked to a lawmaker, and we're going to hear from her coming up tonight at 5 and 6 o'clock. And she says she thinks the reforms can happen, but your question is basically premised on the fact that the institution doesn't like to reform itself, especially when it would be cutting off its own funding streams. But the real people that want this to keep happening are the consultants that make a lot of money off of these campaigns and big pots of money. They don't want to see any limits on that. And so those are the folks that don't want to see it happen. We shall see, though. Your inclinations are right. This place doesn't usually reform itself of its own volition. That's the story. We'll keep an eye on it, though, James.
I know you will. Excellent point, though, Dennis. Thank you very much. Live for us today at the state capitol.